Welcome to this episode of Locked In. In this episode, I'm going to do my full deep dive on my custom Kaiventure handlebar bag, what I did to it, what I like, don't like, price, and my final thoughts. So let's get into the review. This is a Kaiventure minimalist handlebar bag. They have a stock and custom option at $45 and $55. If you want to add any additional features, it's a simple email to Kaiventure and they will work with you on pricing to spec your bag exactly how you want it. And I want to do something a little bit different and something that I haven't seen before. I wanted a dual compartment modular camera style handlebar bag that was a little bit wider than the average handlebar bag that they do. Now these start at a 1.6 liter capacity. I'm assuming mine's going to be closer to 2 just because it is a little bit longer than stock. This is about 9.5 inches width wise, or about 25 centimeters. Mine has a dual zipper design so that the basically camera style divider can be easily ripped out to separate or open up the space as I'd like. The reason why I did this is basically so that I could separate either my tools and nutrition on one side or do my camera equipment on one end. And since it is directly in the center, if I run a front mount with a computer on there, I can still easily access things. It's less time on the bike rummaging around for a certain item if you want to grab a bar or anything while moving still on the bike. I thought that was a great safety feature as well as an organizational feature in my bag. And this handy little divider is an easy way to separate or make the bag really big if I just want the extra space. They do come with a nifty key holder. I like how long they make this as well because it's easy to actually get the keys out and actually use them while the bag's still attached if you're close enough to the door. As well as you do have two different style side pockets. You have a mesh one on this side and a solid one on this side. I went with the purple Cordura with the splatter paint side. This is a 1000D Cordura, but they do have a variety of material options that you can do, so make sure to click through and see what they have currently available. Next, I really like any bags that have these front loops. I like sticking my little pins that I find when I'm riding, as well as I do mount a front light on here, and you have multiple mounting options on the back, so you can mount it inboard or outboard, and different positions down here to attach to your head tube. So I've officially put up a few hundred miles on this bag already. I did do a century ride that hopefully you guys seen the vlog from, where I used this, and honestly, it took care of everything I needed for the entire day. I was able to stuff all my nutrition and all my tools in there to do a 100-mile century ride, and that's not with the saddlebag. Basically, I put my saddlebag in my bag just to keep everything really tight and concise, and I just like how clean it looks without a saddlebag on the bike as well. And since it matches my road bike so good, I mean, why not, right? So to give you an idea, I'm gonna actually load this up a few different ways to show you guys how much space I have in my bag and what the kind of configurations I do with it. Now, the first one I can't really show because I'm actually filming on the camera. I would stuff in here on one side. Keep in mind, this is what I'd normally do. Option one is to separate it. Basically take the items that would be my saddlebag minus my multi-tool, which lives on my bike, put that on one side. Typically my wallet would go in here as well. And then for the other side, you can put nutritional tabs, bunch of bars, and if it happens to be chilly, I can throw in my vest. And honestly, I still have a little bit of room to spare. So this thing really can swallow up quite a bit and is a great option to bring with you, especially if you're just going to go on an adventure and possibly don't know what's going to be out there. And if you just want to stuff it with clothing, different options, or anything like that, you have plenty of room in the bag. And like I said, mine is a little bit bigger than stock, but you can get yours spec'd out to the width that mine is, or whatever works with your handlebar width, so you can add or remove storage based on your needs for your rides. This has totally come into a pinch where I had to stuff some extra clothing from a friend of mine who didn't have any pocket space left, and it totally took care of everything that I needed it to. As I had mentioned in my bag impressions, I really do still like how malleable this bag really is. It's soft enough to where the opening is easy to open and stretch out to pull something out of the sides, especially if it's in the deep bottom corner. But it's not too loose to where it just sags when it's fully weighted. It really does maintain its shape very well. Now let's get on to things that I would change or modify, which I am working with Kaiventure to in the future, since this is essentially a prototype. I'd like to add little stops right here at the end. The reason is sometimes when I'm pulling the zipper, because it goes all the way to the end of it and it doesn't have that little gap, it's a little tough to pull it back up. Again, new prototype, that's something I would want to change. As well as I think I want to modify the divider to actually make it a flat top on one section, so where it opens, there's not actually any Velcro attached to the bag. That sometimes does make it a little bit harder to open it fully because it's still kind of attached almost all the way around. So I think cutting that off might make it a little bit easier. Besides that, it's honestly been great and perfect. I actually want to pick up another one from them and do a small version where if I was going to run a saddlebag and just wanted a few bars or just my camera, I'd have a really small one so there's not a bunch of stuff in there bouncing around, shaking because of all the excess room, which obviously Kaiventure could make and you can option up as well. I've been really impressed with the quality and the durability of this bag. You've seen some footage from my vlog of me riding with it. It looks great. I honestly love the aesthetic of these bags and that I was able to customize it to a T and for the price that they put it on there. Like I said, 45 to 55 bucks. Could go up from there if you're doing a lot of customization like I did. But to be honest, for that kind of price to get a handmade custom bag, they're really killing it as far as price point goes in my opinion. Most bags, like my Or Not bag, are in the $85 plus, and those are essentially a mass-produced bag as well. So to have this option at this price point, I really think you can't go wrong. I'm hoping to work with them and create other unique bag options for my bike, and that's something that you can order as well. So my final thoughts are, I'm honestly in love with running a handlebar bag basically all the time on my bike. It makes me want to have multiple sizes so I can have it for every scenario that I need. And this is definitely, like I said, the all-day, big ride capable, or just you carry a lot of stuff, or if you're getting into filming or photography, this would definitely hold a camera body of a decent size, lenses, and you can separate it as well. So I really think you can't go wrong with any of their products. I'm really happy with the quality. Being handmade, honestly, none of the stitches are coming apart or are misaligned at all. It's been a really solid bag. Again, I put it through its paces on my Century ride and came back with no real complaints. So thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment below. I'll answer the best I can, or follow them on Instagram and check out their website. I have both links in the description below. If you guys are looking for an affordable bike bag of any style, basically, Kaiventures I think is a great solution for anybody out there looking for something that's really unique, matches their bike perfectly, and you can customize them basically any way that you want. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I post on there almost daily. All the links are in the description below. And thanks for watching another episode of Locked In.
Let's get locked in.